Good morning, guys. Today is the 7th of May. I finally picked up the block from Machine Shop. It's been done for like 8 days. Those guys were incredible at how fast they got it done. But yesterday after I picked it up, I got a really bad headache. I was planning to just go and get started on reassembling the motor. But we're going to do that today right now. I'm wearing sunglasses because I'm trying to shake these headaches. Oh, wow.
Is your box?
Yep.
You recognize all this stuff?
Yep. Way smaller. It's the same size as it came in. Picked up the block, and here's what I paid. I paid 11 or 1,000 something plus tax. Clean and hot tank $235, resurface $200. I overboard to 85 millimeter. And then measure and polish crankshaft. And then, yeah, they put new expansion plugs in for me. I feel like it was a fair price. Everyone else wanted more, and they also were only 5 business days. We're riding so dirty. No plates, no insurance in the parts car. They polished and balanced the crank. They asked for my flywheel and clutch so they could balance it with the crank, but I told them I wasn't going to use the stock. I'm using a T56 setup, but they said it should work with this anyways. So, well, yeah, the resurface was good. I checked to see if the dowels are still in there, and they are. Both sides, yeah. New expansion plugs. They were all rusted out. So now we gotta take it, tape it up, paint it, and then assemble it, and yeah, should be good to go. All right, mission: get the block on the stand. I got my transmission bolts right here. I'm just wiping down. Watch me struggle with this. Oh. Alrighty, my camera died, but we got it. It's on there. It wasn't too bad. I believe the bare block weighs like 106 pounds for the iron. Yeah, so I mean, damn, they charged me a whole lot not to get all that off. So I guess I'm gonna take a wire brush to that a little better and then paint it black with some enamel, cover off the top. I just realized I hit AutoZone. I didn't have enough assembly lube, so I had to get that. And then when I was here, I was like, okay, I need new belts. So I got a serpentine belt and all that fun stuff by Gates. And then I got my startup, or my break-in fluid for, you know, the first 15 minutes. And then there's a MotoTune method where they do a 300-mile break-in, and so that's what I'm doing. I also got copper gasket sealer, RTV, a bunch of stuff. Basically the motor break-in oil, the serpentine belt, AC belt, all that fun stuff. I got ATF for power steering. I got brake cleaner. I do have new drilled slotted rotors that I need to clean off as well. So, you know, but yeah, got everything. So let's go assemble this right quick. Gonna be super annoying because I'll have this skinny roll of painter's tape. So I'm gonna mask all this off, take a razor, cut it all around so we can spray top and bottom. Positive there's a better way to do this, maybe some paper and just, you know, outline it with this, but hey, it works. So I'm gonna go around, cut it with the razor blade all nice and fine. Prep matters, you know, that's how you get a good job looking good. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and then gotta tape off all of the, and then I'm gonna tape all these off. You can spray over the expansion plugs, so don't worry about those. Just make sure you have them in there good before you spray. All right, so I have it all ghetto-y taped off. I smack these with a hammer and it kind of comes off a little bit. Oh well, this is really just for me, it's for no one else. But I'm using the VHT engine enamel in black. I have it in gloss black. I use this on my 2JZ, I just like it. So I'm gonna hit with a few coats, and yeah, then we're just gonna drop these things in. It's been a long day, it's hot. Just hit it with kind of a heavy coat, just try not to run it, but I mean, a little light coat and it'll be good. I'm gonna hit it with another one. Just a light little, trying to get this done. It's getting late. All right, so could have gone a little more, but we're just gonna run it. It's fine, it's smooth, it's black. At least it doesn't look like rust no more. But yes, sir. Now we gotta wait like about 20 minutes, peel all that off. We're off now. Oh, low-key satisfying, but just as annoying as it was putting it on. Alrighty. Honestly. Taking all of these. Could have went a little thicker. Could have wired it, sanded it a little better. I paid the shop to hot tank it and prep this thing, and they did a shit job, but hey, I can't complain. The cross hatches look good. Surface looks good. Okay, flip it around. Oh, the oil squirters. So we got to put the oil squirters in. The machine shop took them out, didn't put them back in. Obviously gave us all of our dowels, so that was pretty cool. Because usually machine shops have these missing. All right, so we put all the oil squirters in. You just drop them in. They sit there until you put the main bearings in. So King Bearings sent me the wrong bearings. They don't fit on the main caps, so that's irritating. I got to send those back. Shout out Beamer World for actually having these in stock. A lot of people, I don't know if you know, but a lot of these websites, they're just like drop shippers. You order from them and they hit up the manufacturer and the manufacturer ships them out. But I talked to Beamer World, great customer service. They had these in stock. OEM main bearings and rod bearings. I just wasn't trying to deal with the weight at the end of the month for King's bearings. So I just went with OEM. I'll probably replace them, you know, after I get some use out of them. But yeah, so let's unbox these and hopefully I ordered the right ones. OEM, it's like the yellow paint. Main bearings, got my order number. Damn, what is this? Include some candy? It's pretty cool. Yeah, you get a bunch of stickers and stuff. Some candy, I guess. That's cool. Gummy bears. Yeah, these should be the rod bearings. And then we got OE main bearings. So I'm gonna crack these open. Okay. Let's go out in the garage. Make sure they fit before I get too happy. I don't know why, man. Like when you're trying to order main bearings and stuff, it's so hard because it'll be like 4 different part numbers fit your motor and your year, make, model, and then you get them and they don't. And then yes, these look like the rods. I was seeing a bunch with holes in them, which I didn't want to mess around even though they might fit. I want to make sure I got OE just so I can assemble this, put it together. Plus I'm not trying to go too crazy. I mean, I want 1,000 horsepower on like one dyno pole, maybe one drag pass, but really I'm not going to have it on kill mode. You know, I'm going to be driving around conservatively, because nothing's worse than having a broken down car, right? So got the second day there, just very fast with it. I ordered these Saturday and I got them today's Monday. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then they can give you some candy too. But let's go test fit these, make sure they both work. Alrighty. So now we have the new bearings. They fit beautifully. I went with OE just because I wasn't trying to deal with the 10-day wait on shipping on more King's bearings. I'm trying to get this back in the car ASAP. So went with OE. Won't be a problem. People use these for, 1,000 horsepower builds all the time. All right, so dropping in the main bearings. I wiped them off all good, wiped off the surface, slapped them in there. So your thrust bearing one goes on 6 and it's stuck. I believe it does fit, it's just stuck. I'm gonna pull it out, retry, align it all good. But yeah, so let me fast forward and get all these done, and then we'll put in the crank, and then we use our plastic gauge to check our clearance. And damn, the weather is horrible outside. I did sell the 350Z. Guy left me a deposit. He's flying in on the 17th. I went through everything with him, pros and cons. I want to be transparent because he is traveling to come get it. He has to drive it 6 hours home, but it's going to do excellent. I have no doubt about it. So, Boosted Z gone. and I'm making a bag off of it. So that's pretty cool. That was a good flip. That's my parts car. And I'm adding another car to the family here soon. Yes, sir. All right, 6 of them in. Last but not least, cleaned it all off already. I also like to clean off the main bearings out of the box. They're pretty dirty, but just get it all nice and even there. My thumb, guys, you notice that? I have a, what's it called? I'm like double jointed. It comes to clutch, but it freaks people out for sure. Yes, sir. All right, there we go. Got all of them in. Now we're gonna have to drop in the crank. I still have a bag over there, so I'm gonna get all dirty. Alrighty. I just lubed up every single bearing a little bit. Some people don't, especially if they're, they didn't go to the machine shop or whatever, but I do, because polishing your crank and then putting it in with no lube and scratching it up is just stupid. So boom, I'm gonna do that, drop the crank in, and then we're gonna use our plastic gauge and check for clearances, write them all down. All right, so I'm here by myself, so it's kind of hard, but dropped in the crank. It's sitting in there. It looks beautiful. All right, so I took them all to the kitchen. I'm connecting my pistons to the rods. They're a pain. My fingers are already hurting on my fourth one. But basically, you don't go light, but you take some assembly lube, you put it all around, you put it on the pin, and you go through. These are actually all symmetrical by Eagle rods. The big sides, they're both the same. They don't have a crevice or anything. Just make sure you put in your rod bearings in the directions they go and try to organize them all towards the front. For the pistons, you just got to make sure the exhaust side's on the exhaust side. But yeah, so I'm on my fourth one. I like to take these and kind of put them at an angle right about there and just push as hard as I can up here and then try to work it around. It snaps in. Be careful though, because they can pop up and they go flying. You don't want to lose any of these. Like so. And they go in there all smooth with like no force. And yeah, then I'm gonna connect one of these rods. Make sure you get this all clean lubed. And then it should freely just, there we go. Just like that, all the way through. Take this guy. Damn, my fingers are so tired I have to use the wrench on this one. Don't advise, but. Boom. There's 5. One more to go. My fingers are hurting. As you can see, I had to use that little wrench to kind of snap the last one. Alright, so we're going to drop the crank back in. I lifted it back up because it wasn't spinning freely. I put in more assembly lube. Feel free to cake it up. Make sure you get the edges good. So I'm going to drop the crank back in. It's fairly easy. It just, boom, plops right in. I need a hands-free camera so I could do this stuff. Like, I don't know. But, yeah, so let me drop the crank back in. Alrighty, there we go. Much better. I mean, it spins pretty freely now. I just wanted to make sure I had it in there right and snug before I use this plastic gauge right here. So I'm going to put these on and torque it down and make sure, check all my clearances, write them down. Plastic gauge on every single spot. So I already checked this one. It was about 0.0019. But it was right there as 0.002, so it's fine. But now I'm going to do the rest. The torque specs are 22 and then a 70-degree turn. But I'm doing what you're not supposed to do, and I'm reusing my main cap bolts. I don't recommend, but mine look fine. They don't look like they're overstretched. So I'm doing 20 foot-pounds and then a 50-degree turn, which some people do 17 and 70. Some people do 20 and 60. I just found a good median. So let me clamp all these down and check for all my clearances, write them down, and then we should be all golden. Got all the caps on. I got them all hand tight and plastic gauge under there. So I'm gonna take this, torque them all down. Take this snap-on torque wrench. They're a bunch of taxers, by the way, but I'm gonna torque all these down to 20 foot-pounds, and then I'm gonna use this degree rotation tool to then rotate it 50 more degrees and do it in sequence. So I'm gonna start in the middle, and then we go to this side, and then that side, and so on, right? Checked them, they're all good. They're all within 0.0018 to 0.0021, which is like perfect for boost application. All clearances check out. I already put them back on. My phone died. I'm recording on my phone right now. I got them all torqued down. Hand spin it. I have them all lubricated up. Freely spins over. Oh, damn. I forgot to put the oil bracket. So let me get that real quick. Put that on. Places this way on the third one. From there, it's kind of annoying. You have to torque down, check all clearances, make sure they're good, write them down, torque down, and then here I am doing this. Forgot it. But yeah, no biggie. Right quick. There we go. All right, let's get ready to drop them in. Here's my top ring. I'm just checking it out, seeing how much I have to grind off. Let me see. You just stick it in there like this. And it should fit freely. All right, so that does not, so it's not that. Lettering on the top right there. That's how you know it's top, so put it in that way. This one's coming right about 0.015. I know this isn't a feeler gauge, but it works. So I have to open that up to about 0.23, 0.25, somewhere in there. So I'm gonna take it out, grind these away. Already put in the second ring and measured it. It's coming at like 0.20 on the dot, so I need to open that up just a tad bit as well. And then we should be all golden to drop in our pistons and bolt up our rods. Oh, I need to put in my rod bearings too, lube them up. Here's the piston application. It shows you for what you're doing, kind of where you want to gap your rings. You just multiply that by your bore. This is bored out 1 millimeter over, so it's 85 millimeter. They usually come factory 84 millimeter. Nothing was wrong with it. Just the pistons that I wanted were on back orders, so I went just a half bigger than what most would. But yeah, all right, so I checked all of them. The second rings, 4 of them don't even need to be grinded away. They're perfect within tolerance at 0.024. So I'm leaving those be. I have them set aside, and then I have to grind away these 2. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Grind those 2 away, and then the tops I have to grind all of them. They're all at right around 0.15, 0.015, 0.016. I don't know, it's so hard to say. Then I'll fit them, show you how, and I'll drop them in with my buddy. He's about to get here. Yeah, we're so close, guys. We're just going to assemble this. So we got the top ring on, we got the second ring, and then we got the oil ring, and now we're putting the oil ring bottom and tops. Mechanic friends here. We got one in. It rotates all around, all smooth. We're about to torque him down to 43 foot-pounds because we're using ARP 2000. You just put a little bit of this on the rod bolts, lube it all up. Yeah.
Tighten one side first.
Yeah. Sully, sure. So satisfying. These are really good. Easy. Sick. 1 down, 5 more to go. Aligning these rings right quick.
So I can just fucking pinch this up against.
I would have done it where it was hanging a little bit like last time. But I mean, shit, if it works, it works.
I mean, it flattened out though after I put it on like this.
Yeah, let me know more. I'll hit it a little bit too if you want to see.
Just tap it just a teeny bit. There we go.
Alright, you can see it. Let me tap it a little more so you can really get the groove.
There, I think it's in.
Pull up. Alright guys, part 4 is coming out, but they're all in there. Thankfully, they're all torqued down. It's 43 foot-pounds with the ARP 2000 rod bolts. But yeah, here they are, man. Let's go. See you next time.